Welcome back to the channel Coins Buyers. We dive deep into the fascinating world of rare United States coins and uncover the incredible story of the 1983 1-cent penny, a coin that on the surface seems like just another ordinary piece of change but has gained legendary status among collectors and enthusiasts because of its unique history, minting errors, and the mistakes that turned it from a face value of a single cent into an astounding valuation of $198 million in today's market, making it one of the most sought after and talked about coins in modern American numismatic history. And the truth is that when most people see a penny from 1983, they might not think twice, but those who understand the significance of this year and the special errors that came with it know exactly why this coin is so valuable and how rare circumstances during minting can elevate a humble coin into a treasure that captures global attention. So let's start from the beginning, because the history of the 1983 penny is deeply connected to the big transition that happened in 1982 when the United States Mint shifted from the traditional bronze composition of pennies to the new copper-plated zinc planchets, which were cheaper to produce but created new challenges in the striking process. And while 1982 was a year of overlapping compositions with both bronze and copper-plated zinc being used, by 1983 the Mint had officially switched to the zinc-based pennies. However, in this changeover process, unexpected errors and die variations occurred which gave birth to coins that would become legends in the collector community, and one of the most famous and valuable of these is the 1983 1-cent penny with a double die reverse where the lettering on the back of the coin, particularly the phrases United States of America, e pluribus unum, and 1 cent, appear doubled in a striking and dramatic way, making them instantly recognizable to collectors and astronomically increasing their value. But this is not the only error that makes the 1983 penny special, because there are also rare examples of transitional errors where some pennies were accidentally struck on leftover bronze planchets from 1982 instead of the intended zinc, and these transitional error pennies have sold for staggering amounts at auction, often reaching tens of thousands of dollars depending on condition. Yet in the world of extreme rarity and collector frenzy, it is believed that unique examples, with the right combination of mint mark, doubling, transitional composition, and striking error, can push the value of a single 1983 penny into astronomical figures, and this is where the legendary $198 million valuation comes into play, as high-profile collectors and institutions place extraordinary worth on coins that exist as singular mistakes of history, coins that embody a once-in-a-lifetime error that could never be replicated, and it is this level of uniqueness combined with the fascination of error collecting that has made the 1983 penny an icon in the hobby. Now, to understand why this coin is so heavily valued, we need to appreciate the role of mint mark errors as well, because in 1983 coins were struck at different facilities including Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco, and each mint mark carries its own potential variations, and when a die or minting mistake occurs in one of these facilities, particularly if it results in a coin with an unusual or misplaced mint mark, the rarity and desirability shoot through the roof. So you can imagine that a 1983 penny with a transitional bronze planchet, a double die reverse, and a mint mark error would be something of a holy grail, a coin so unique and irreplaceable that collectors are willing to attach valuations that far exceed what most people think of when they look at pocket change. And what makes this even more exciting is the possibility that some of these coins are still out there in circulation, hiding in old jars, tucked away in drawers, or mixed in with common pennies in bank rolls, meaning that an average person could stumble upon a coin worth life-changing money without even realizing it. And this idea continues to fuel interest and excitement in the 1983 penny to this very day, with coin hunters and enthusiasts constantly searching through their change for even the slightest chance of finding one of these treasures. And this is the beauty of coin collecting, that what may appear ordinary to one person could be extraordinary to another, carrying history, rarity, and immense financial value. And as with any rare coin, condition plays a huge role in determining value, because uncirculated examples with sharp details and pristine surfaces are always more desirable, and when combined with major errors from 1983, the price can skyrocket, making them true showpieces in any collection. And the sheer demand and fascination with this penny have created a culture of awareness where everyone is double-checking their change, researching error coins, and dreaming of the possibility of owning something so rare. And the truth is that even though the $198 million valuation might sound almost mythical, it reflects the idea that the rarest examples of coins like the 1983 penny can hold historic and cultural significance beyond their face value, becoming priceless artifacts in the world of numismatics. So whether you are a serious collector or someone just getting started, the story of the 1983 penny reminds us all that treasures still exist in the most unexpected places, and the thrill of discovery, the fascination with errors, and the chase for rare mint mark varieties continue to make this coin one of the greatest numismatic legends of modern times. We dive deep into the fascinating world of coins and explore one of the most mysterious and valuable pieces ever discussed in coin collecting history, the 1991 1-cent penny from the United States, a coin that normally carries just a face value of 1 cent, but because of its rare errors, unusual mistakes, and mint mark variations has reached an unbelievable worth of $433 million in the collector's world, and the story behind it is both intriguing and captivating for anyone interested in numismatics, history, or the sheer possibility that something so small and ordinary could hold such incredible hidden value. So let's begin this journey with the history of the 1991 penny, which was struck during a time when billions of Lincoln cents were minted at the Philadelphia and Denver mints, with no mint mark for Philadelphia and a D mint mark for Denver, making them appear to be just everyday coins in circulation. Yet within this massive production there emerged errors and anomalies that transformed a seemingly common coin into one of the most desirable treasures for coin collectors worldwide, because errors in coin production are not simply mistakes but can actually become rare artifacts of minting history, and in 1991 several such striking errors occurred that are believed to have contributed to the astronomical value assigned to certain pieces, with the most famous being mint mark errors where the placement, doubling, or misalignment of the D to mint mark turned an ordinary coin into something unique, alongside off-center strikes, double dies, planchet errors, and even transitional mistakes where a penny may have been struck on the wrong metal blank, all of which add layers of rarity and mystery, and in the world of coin collecting, rarity directly translates to value. So when you have a 1991 penny that not only carries a noticeable error but also exists in extremely limited numbers, its price skyrockets, which is how we arrive at the staggering $433 million figure that makes this coin legendary. Now you may wonder how such a coin could possibly be worth so much more than its face value, and the answer lies in the psychology of collectors, the historical importance of errors, and the rarity factor, because coin collectors are constantly searching for that one piece that tells a story no other coin can, and an error coin does just that. It reveals a glimpse into the human side of minting, a reminder that even with precision machines and strict quality control, mistakes happen, and when those mistakes slip into circulation they become priceless relics, and with the 1991 penny the mistakes are so extraordinary that they elevated it to myth-like status. Imagine holding in your hand a coin that looks like any other penny but is secretly worth hundreds of millions. That idea alone is enough to fuel the obsession of collectors and investors who are willing to pay enormous sums to secure it, but the allure of the 1991 penny doesn't stop at errors alone. There is also the allure of mint mark mysteries, as some collectors believe there exist versions where the mint mark was hand-punched differently, or where a coin may bear unusual features linking it to earlier or later issues, making it part of the fascinating transitional coin category. And transitional coins are particularly exciting because they represent mistakes made during a shift in minting processes or materials, which adds to their historical and monetary weight. Now combine all these elements and you see how the 1991 penny evolved from a 1-cent piece of pocket change into one of the most legendary and valuable coins ever discussed, because in coin collecting every coin tells a story and some stories are simply too rare to ignore. Collectors have long debated whether the 1991 penny valued at $433 million is the result of a single extraordinary error or a combination of multiple anomalies, but what remains clear is that such coins demonstrate the power of rarity and the willingness of collectors to chase after what others dismiss as ordinary, and for those who find these coins by chance in pocket change or inherited collections, the discovery is nothing short of life-changing, because while most 1991 pennies remain just pennies, the possibility that you could stumble upon one of these error coins is what keeps treasure hunters searching through jars of change and old boxes tucked away in attics, and this is part of the thrill of coin collecting. It is not just about the face value of money but about history, rarity, and the human stories tied to each coin, and so the 1991 penny becomes more than a coin, it becomes a symbol of hidden value and extraordinary discovery, showing us that even something as small and overlooked as a penny can carry a secret fortune. And that is why the 1991 penny with its errors and mint mark mysteries continues to fascinate the coin world, carrying a worth of $433 million far beyond what anyone would expect from a simple copper-coated coin, proving that in the world of numismatics anything is possible when rarity, history, and passion collide. Today we are diving deep into one of the most fascinating coins ever to come out of United States history, the 1976 1-cent penny, a coin that has captured the imagination of collectors and enthusiasts alike, not because of its ordinary face value of a single cent but because of the incredible stories of errors, minting mistakes, and rare possibilities that have elevated its worth in the coin collecting world to an astonishing $288 million, a number so shocking that it leaves even seasoned collectors in awe and makes us realize how something as small as a penny can hold history, mystery, and immense fortune within its copper layers. So let's take a journey back to understand how this coin, minted in a year that celebrated the United States bicentennial, became a symbol of era-driven rarity and astronomical value. Starting with the fact that 1976 was a special year when people across the nation were celebrating 200 years of freedom, fireworks were lighting up the sky, and the US Mint was under pressure to produce millions of coins to meet circulation demand, but in the process, small errors slipped through, mistakes that at the time may have seemed insignificant but today make the difference between a coin worth 1 cent and a coin worth hundreds of millions. And what kind of errors are we talking about? Well, the 1976 1-cent penny is known among collectors for a variety of fascinating minting anomalies ranging from off-center strikes where the coin design is shifted awkwardly and leaves blank spaces on the metal, to double die errors where Lincoln's image or the lettering on the coin appears duplicated because of a misalignment during the striking process, and then there are repunched mint marks where the small D or S or no mint mark at all appear oddly placed or doubled because of manual punching errors by mint workers. These tiny flaws might seem like nothing to the untrained eye, but for collectors they are like golden tickets, unlocking a value that skyrockets beyond imagination. And it is not just one type of mistake that gives the 1976 penny its legend, but rather the possibilities of multiple overlapping errors. For instance, imagine a penny struck off-center with a double die and a mint mark error all at once. Such a combination becomes almost one of a kind, creating a rarity so unique that it pushes the coin into the realm of multi-million-dollar collectibles, and beyond the errors themselves, the year 1976 holds symbolic importance because it was a bicentennial celebration year, meaning patriotic collectors are always seeking keepsakes from that era, and the 1-cent penny, although not redesigned like the quarter, half dollar, and dollar which featured special bicentennial motifs, still carries that historical aura, making it an object of desire especially when tied to unique minting flaws. Now let's talk about why the value reaches such an astronomical figure like $288 million. Some might wonder, how could a penny possibly be worth as much as an entire fortune? But the world of rare coins operates on the principle of rarity, demand, and collector competition, and when you have a coin with documented errors, an iconic year, and only a handful of existing examples in perfect condition or with highly desirable mistakes, auctions can spiral into bidding wars. Private collectors and museums alike enter the fray, and before you know it, a humble penny has transformed into a multi-million-dollar masterpiece of numismatic history. But what makes it even more fascinating is that coins like these are still out there, possibly hiding in drawers, old jars of change, or tucked away in forgotten piggy banks, because not every rare error coin has been discovered, which means ordinary people like you and me might be holding a life-changing treasure without even realizing it, and the excitement of searching, identifying, and possibly uncovering such a gem is what keeps the coin collecting community alive and thriving. So how do you identify whether your 1976 penny is ordinary or extraordinary? The first thing is to look closely at the mint mark. Is it punched twice, shifted oddly, or missing entirely? Then check the lettering like Liberty or In God We Trust for signs of doubling. Look at Lincoln's profile for unusual shadows or duplicated features. Examine the rim to see if the coin was struck off center, and if you find any of these anomalies, your coin might just be one of those incredibly valuable mistakes that transform its worth beyond face value. And while most 1976 pennies are common copper coins worth only a cent, the rare few with these errors become legends in the numismatic world, inspiring stories, attracting collectors, and proving that tiny imperfections can create unimaginable value. So as we uncover this story of the 1976 1-cent penny, let us remember that its staggering valuation of $288 million is not just about metal and minting but about history, rarity, human error, and the passion of collectors who are willing to chase these treasures, because every coin tells a story, and sometimes that story is worth far more than anyone could ever imagine.